listeners, and welcome back to Weekday Wind Down with the Word, where we are reading through the book of Numbers. And today we will be reading the third chapter of Numbers in the NLT version. This chapter includes the Levites appointed for service, registration of the Levites, as well as redeeming the firstborn son. Now, I'm going to have to read this in 2 days because this is a pretty long chapter. And excuse me for my voice, it's kind of hoarse because I got something going on. Not sure what it is. It's not, I thought it was a cold, but it's not. I don't know what it is. But anyway, please excuse me. With that being said, no further delays. Let's start reading. Levites appointed for service. This is the family line of Aaron and Moses as it was recorded when the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai. The names of Aaron's sons were Nadab, the oldest, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These sons of Aaron were appointed and ordained to minister as priests, but Nadab and Abihu died in the Lord's presence in the wilderness of Sinai when they burned before the Lord the wrong kind of fire, different than he had commanded. Since they had no sons, this left only Eleazar and Ithamar to serve as priests with their father Aaron. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Call forward the tribe of Levi and present them to Aaron, the priest, to serve as his assistants. They will serve Aaron and the whole community, performing their sacred duties in and around the tabernacle. They will also maintain all the furnishings of the sacred tent, serving in the tabernacle on behalf of all the Israelites. Assign the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They have been given from among all the people of Israel to serve as their assistants. Appoint Aaron and his sons to carry out the duties of the priesthood, but any unauthorized person who goes too near the sanctuary must be put to death." And the Lord said to Moses, "Look, I have chosen the Levites from among the Israelites to serve as substitute for all the firstborn son of the people of Israel. The Levites belong to me, for all the firstborn males are mine. On the day I struck down all the firstborn sons of the Egyptians, I set apart for myself all the firstborn in Israel, both of the people and of animals. They are mine. I am the Lord." Registrations of the Levites. The Lord spoke again to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. He said, "Record the names of the members of the tribe of Levi by their families and clans. List every male who is 1 month old or older." So Moses listed them just as the Lord had commanded. Levi had 3 sons whose names were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The clans descended from Gershon were named after 2 of his descendants, Libni and Shimei. The clans descended from Kohath were named after 4 of his descendants, Amram, Izhar, Ebron, and Uzziel. The clans descended from Merari were named after 2 of his descendants, Mali and Mushi. These were the Levites' clans listed according to their family groups. The descendants of Gershon were composed of the clans descended from Libni and Shimei. There were 7,500 males 1 month old or older among these Gershonite clans. They were assigned the area to the west of the tabernacle for their camp. The leaders of the Gershonite clans were Eliasaph, son of Lael. These 2 clans were responsible to care for the tabernacle, including the sacred tent with its layers of coverings, the curtains at its entrance, the curtains of the courtyard that surrounded the tabernacle and altar, the curtain at the courtyard entrance, the ropes, and all the equipment related to their use. Descendants of Kohath were composed of the clans ascended from Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. These were 8,600 males 1 month old or older among these Kohathite clans. They were responsible for care of the sanctuary, and they were assigned the area south of the tabernacle for their camp. The leader of the Kohathite clans were Eliphan and Uzziel. These 4 clans were responsible for the care of the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the various articles used in the sanctuary, the inner curtain, and all the equipment related to their use. Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, was the chief administrator over all the Levites with special responsibility for the oversight of the sanctuary. The descendants of Merari were composed of the clans descended from Mali and Mushi. They were 6,200 males 1 month old and older among the Merarites clan. They were assigned the area north of the tabernacle for their camp. The leaders of the Merarite clans was Zuriel, son of Abihail. These 2 clans were responsible for the care of the frames supporting the tabernacle, the crossbar, the pillars, the bases, and all the equipment related to their use. They were also responsible for the posts of the courtyard and all their bases, pegs, and ropes. The area in front of the tabernacle in the east towards the sunrise was reserved for the tent of Moses and of Aaron and his sons, who had the final responsibility for the sanctuary on behalf of the people of Israel. Anyone other than a priest or Levite who went too near the sanctuary was put to death. When Moses and Aaron counted the Levite clans at the Lord's command, the total number was 22,000 males 1 month old or older. And that concludes the reading of the first 2 parts of Numbers chapter 3 in the NLT version. Tomorrow we will be reading the other part, which is redeeming the first sons. I tell you, it seems like Numbers is all about organization. And as I was reading how organized it was, and I was just thinking about the organization of it all. I'm thinking, within everything that we do, especially if it's work or if you're doing a task or a chore, you need some type of organization to it, because if you don't, it's not going to go well. And so with that being said, I was just thinking about, when you don't have organization, that can lead to confusion, chaos. It can lead to unfinished work and mismanagement, amongst many other things. So I can understand why the Lord gave them all of these instructions on exactly how to do a certain thing and who to use, so that there are no confusion. I gave these instructions to these particular people. They've been trained on how to do it, so they can come in and they can do it, and they can do it properly, because this is serious business. Because as you could see earlier in this chapter, when they didn't do as the Lord had commanded, they were put to death immediately. And so it's very important, organization, and just to do things in the right way, especially before the Lord, to do things for Him in the right way and with the right heart. And so that's what was on my mind. But as usual, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this first part of Numbers 3. Please put it in the comments below what the Lord is speaking to your heart, or what maybe popped up into your head. I would love to hear it. As you know, iron sharpens iron, and hopefully we can grow stronger together. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you once again for listening to Weekday Wind Down with the Word, and have a nice life in Jesus Christ. Bye.